Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my Stellaris playthrough. I know it has been a while since I delved deeper into this particular one. I'm sorry, I was really busy doing A. real life stuff, B. in my free time playing Overwatch when the beta was on, I will admit that, and C. when the Overwatch beta was no longer there, playing Stellaris with my friends. So, sorry. I'll try to make up for that, and I did keep you busy, quote unquote, with, not other majors, I keep calling them the other majors, my Endless Legend Ally playthrough, so I hope you will forgive me with this break. I doubt you'll be interested in this playthrough any longer anyway, since, I mean, let's be frank, you never really were all that interested in it, and it's been a while since the last patch, so I imagine right now the views for this one are going to be abhorrent, but for the few of you who still want to see the series, I'll continue it. Now, give me a second. So, great, I got a lot of... Oh, holy balls, this is amazing. So, I got a lot of minerals, that's absolutely great. Let's merge all my fleets at infinite greed, or to be more precise, let's make sure that they are actually in the area where my planet is, so that they don't cost me too much of anything. Although, the amount of energy credits I have is atrociously big, I'll fully admit that. So, I now have a lot more experience in the game, I'm much better, and by the way, I did think a bit about what I did with my introducing video. I called a basic tutorial. I'm gonna remove that part from the title because I didn't include enough tutorial stuff. Besides, now I know the game a lot more and I could teach you more things. I am considering making something called, like, I don't know, a few months guide or something along those lines for Stellaris now that I am actually better and know how to abuse certain game systems. So that might happen. Anyway, let me drink a bit and talk about what I'm gonna do this time around. So, here's what I'm gonna do. First things first, I am running on actual democracy, which means that I'm on a tight schedule. It means that I'm in for election. I didn't fully realize the fact that this actually plays quite significantly into how you are supposed to play the game. I knew it does have some significance. I didn't truly understand where the quests I'm getting are coming from. Well, the guests, wow, good job, self. The quests I'm getting are coming from the fact that this guy, whenever he's elected, he is making some promises to the electorate that he has to fulfill. Those promises are the quests that I'm doing. And in this case, I have to make research stations again, which should be actually pretty easy, because what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna have a look at this research station. I'm gonna, that's the, research station. I'm gonna destroy it. And then I'm gonna make it again. And I'll repeat the process 4 times and fulfill the quest, which, as you can see, is gonna give me... Oh, they patched it! Oh! Well then, there was a patch! I didn't realize that they actually implemented that. Okay, so never mind. I was going to abuse the system ever so slightly by actually, you know, using an exploit that I thought, but apparently this exploit is no longer there, so you actually do need to create 4 more research stations. So something tells me I'm not gonna be able to fulfill his promises, because there aren't enough places to research anymore in my galaxy, at the very least, or rather the terrain that I possess, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem, but I'll try to walk my way around it. Anyway, this research ship, it can go back to a planet of some sort because it has nothing more to do. I suppose it could make some more energy generators, but I really don't need those at this point in time, do I? No, I did not, that's a fact. But what I do need, however, is on my home world to go into a spaceport and freely create another colony ship. Currently, I only have 1 population type over there, apparently, so that's good to know. And let's make another one as well. Now, the reason for that is because I actually have 2, no wait, 3. Alright, 3, so that means 3 colony ships. Oh, wait, I only have 2 spaceports, that's kind of rubbish. Well, let's fix that. Let's make a spaceport over here. Now, these spaceports, they will provide me with a lot of protection from external threats should the enemy move in, that's true, but that's not gonna last for very long. Also, I noticed that in this playthrough, let me drink some more because for some reason my fruit is really thirsty. In this playthrough, I'm actually doing kind of horribly. I'll fully admit that as well. I mean, I do have a lot of energy, which is kind of useless when you have so much of it. It's better to be near the line with like 200 energy stored at all times and a small amount of income each month, so that you can use it for, I don't know, making droids or whatever, and that's all you really need it for. Whereas minerals, well, I would be more comfortable with having more of those, and especially, actually I would be way more comfortable with having more research. At this point in time I should have, like, I don't even know how much more, but a lot more research than I do currently, so that's one thing. I do admit, it is a tiny galaxy, so the economy is slightly different. I am kind of limited in the ways I can explore this galaxy and in systems that I can exploit. Additionally, I'd like to point out that I'm really afraid of the Fallen Empire because I realized I actually have a second system that also has its own, a second planet that also has its own name and is a Gaia world, so that also might be a holy war that I may not know about. So that would be not ideal, let's just put it this way. Anyway, research is here. I got my Psi army, I can now get army upkeep minus 10%, which is nice but not all that important. Obviously the hydroponic farms, they are amazing for making your colonies grow faster, and I'm about to make a lot of colonies, so let's go ahead and work on that. Shall we? So that's what we're gonna do. And in case you haven't guessed already, I'm gonna create 3 more colonies because there's no reason in not doing so, in my honest opinion. Yes, they do cost a lot of energy at first, but then they just give you more benefits and more benefits and more benefits. It's rather amazing, really. And the only necessity to slow you down from making more colonies seems to be the energy credits so far, because all other incentives to slow down, like, I don't even know actually. There are no incentives not to make any more colonies. You are supposed to spam your population everywhere, in my honest opinion. I mean, it is encouraged. Doing so gives you a lot of advantages, gives you plenty of resources, all sorts of resources, not just minerals. So I generally don't know why I wouldn't colonize this world. So I'm going to do this right now. And if I guess, well, I do have a lot of ships, which, by the way, I don't need so many ships. I have 2 science ships, 2 construction ships. Really, lately I've been using less of those, even on a larger map. So I don't know why I have so many. I'm gonna just go ahead and destroy this particular one, because I don't need 2 construction ships yet. And then again, I am using wormhole tech. It is true. Let's not destroy that ship just yet, but what I should do at the start of this video, but I kind of forgot, is to go ahead and destroy the system. Ancient mining drones should be an easy picking from my fleet, and then I'm gonna move in with my science ship, or maybe 2 of them to make it even faster, and survey the system. I'll just move in with 1. I might use the other one for, not exploiting, but examining the debris, so I'll probably do something along those lines. So anyway, let's go into the system. Come on, buddy. Where are my ships at? They're supposed to jump in faster. I didn't tell them to be so slow, and there's a whole jumping in thing. Alright. Anomaly fair risk lower, and anomaly research. This guy is better, so I want to make sure that he's better. And also, a new empire has been discovered. Our sacred army shall not waver, whoever you are. We strive to better ourselves through technology and studying the alien creatures we encounter. This guy seems to be rather peaceful and technology orientated. I can respect that. Still, my awesome armies will never waver. I think that's not gonna happen ever. Okay then, so my military is coming. Oh, nobody's here. That's unexpected. Slightly worrisome, but unexpected. Alrighty then, I suppose those guys must have cleared those guys out. Now, where's the other empire that I have counted? Over here. So it does look like the Fallen Empire is either here, here, or here, based on how those empires have set up. How strong are you, and what are you about exactly? You love aliens. Potentially good. At the very least, I don't think they're gonna be very anxious to declare war on me anytime soon. I can ignore them freely for the time being. They might be my third partners in the future. Right now, they're kind of worthless, really, with all due respect. Now let's create a spaceport just so I can create my navy fast in the future. Also, they are amazing for growing colonies, and as I mentioned, I have so much energy in here. Holy balls! I came back from my other off-camera playthrough, and in there I'm always struggling with energy because I am kind of trying to create an empire run by AIs almost entirely, which is going well. I mean, they are about to rebel, I'm pretty sure, but otherwise empire is doing great with the exception of energy, which I'm always lacking, and I always have to exchange other resources for it. So operating with such an energy surplus, that's unusual for me. New research, hydroponics farms finished. That was really quick, nice. I can get space pets for more happiness. From what I've noticed, I don't need more happiness, so I'll just ignore that for the time being. More leader capacity, I'll need that since I'll have a lot of more planets. Sure, I'll put some of those planets under sectors, but even then having more leaders will not hurt. Besides, either cost reduction, it's gonna be useful. Now let's see. Also, another thing, good thing about colonizing this area is that I'll probably be able to explore the singularity once my borders grow out a little bit. So this will be rather awesome. Man, I have so much energy in my empire. Okay, any other alien bodies I can potentially kill? Void Cloud over there. Do I have what it takes to destroy Void Cloud? I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest with you, but let's check. I did also cancel making a wormhole around this part to exploit some extra stars. I am really worried this might be a fallen empire, and there's no reason to try and explore for it when you have wormholes and you have plenty of things to explore still in your own area. That's maybe not necessarily always true, especially not in multiplayer game, but this is a single player game. I feel like I can get away with playing it super safe. Anyway, let's go ahead and colonize some extra systems. The order in which I do this, I don't think matters too much. Now let's say I'm gonna place the first colony ship. None of those locations are ideal. I can override one engineering research, and I seem to have a lot of engineering, so I think doing so will not be the worst thing ever. Let's do this. I'm actually now losing energy, which is to be expected and also not a very big deal, so that's fine by me. Let's go ahead and colonize this planet as well. Is it the tiny one? No, it's slightly bigger than the tiny one, but it's still fairly small. Plunk my expansion down right there. And one more colony ship, just cause I can do it, because I think that's all of them, right? Yeah, also hostile ship. Yeah, I can take a Void Cloud, no problems whatsoever. So let's get the other science ship to start working on surveying this system. Nice and easy. And let's see, I need another colony ship, that should be nice and easy. Bam, yes, I'm going to take an energy hit, but I have so much of it saved up, I really do not care. And if my energy income for some reason still stays below positive, then I can simply create more energy mining stations, or however you're supposed to call them. So I'm really not afraid of running out of energy anytime soon. Let's dock my fleet again, just so that I don't waste any energy on it. Even though, like I said, I don't need to worry about it. But that's not not a reason to completely ignore it, mind you. So let's keep that in mind. Construction ship. Well, I suppose I could create some energy mining stations now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Although maybe this planet is double freeze, so this will be more efficient, maybe. Oh, it's actually not in my territory. Okay, well then. It doesn't matter if it's more efficient or not. Let's go ahead and check the other place for things. Let's see here. So the colony ships are being established. I'm trying to figure things out, because I'm pretty sure if I want to keep one planet in here and then add the other one under a sector, I'm not really able to do that. So I'll probably need to drop Nagrim, which is a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping to have Nagrim be one of my core wars, but it's also not the worst thing ever. Alternatively, I can run on this planet being my core system for a while as well, which I will do for the time being. Once I get more systems, I'll probably assign this sector to a sector. I mean, this system to a sector, because yeah, by that point it will not be very useful. 3 food surplus, so let's get more food, because I'm a slow breeder anyway. So there's that. How am I doing? One construction ship is not doing anything whatsoever. And I could create some more energy, I suppose. This system does have some energy stored that I could use, so I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. How are my science ships doing? They are doing okay. The system has plenty of things, goodies hidden inside, but then again, I can't get there without using not watch post. How is it called? A outpost. That's how it's called. There we go. And to be fair, my influence gain is not the worst. It's not the best either though, so I'm not too keen on spending it on just extra frontier outposts. But grabbing a hold of these areas, that actually does seem like a decent idea. Later on, I'll probably colonize those systems if I get a tag for colonizing Arid, because my people are not entirely against Arid, so yeah, I might actually go ahead and try to secure this area now that I think about it. Alright, so those ships are just doing their thing, but yeah, might grab this place ASAP, so that the enemy cannot do anything around any of the planets. Wait, what? Really? Why not? Why can I not create the observation outpost? Oh, just because I'm lacking influence. Alright, that was weird UI. You should not telling me what I'm lacking, but I'm glad that things are resolved now. Now, let's have a quick look. The Paladin should have its spaceport ready. Up and running, it does indeed. Let's create solar panel network for the time being. And this space station should be established in just a moment. Paladin, actually, to be entirely fair, needs hydroponics farm more than solar panel network. So I'm gonna switch the production up a little bit. How are you doing, dear sir? You're growing just fine, aren't you? Let's get even more food so that this planet grows nice and quickly. Since, as you can clearly see, it is kind of heavily biased towards food production. But it does have some minerals, which is very important since my empire, I noticed my other planets in my empire are mostly energy focused and not really. I mean, this planet has an okay amount of minerals, not amazing though. Also, it's not growing super fast either, so I'll probably create a hydroponics farm over here as well. Yes, it's gonna put me in an even bigger energy deficit. I don't care about this whatsoever. Let's continue with my plan. Research complete of some sort. I'm not actually not. Oh yeah, got plasma thingies. Sure, in this case, I can get upgraded power plants. Yeah, like I need those. Not yet. Power hub. I mean, like, that's not the worst. It does allow me to store more energy, a lot more energy as well. And power hub by itself is very efficient. Getting deflectors is important, but I think I'm gonna go for power hub. Even though I said I don't need more energy, but power hub is just too good to pass on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that real quick. You dear sir. Ah, yeah, right. I cannot create a frontier outpost yet. Anyway. Let's see, a science ship is done with its things, so let's go ahead and enter this world back again. Nice and easy. And actually, can you, dear sir, deal with this thing? You can fear... Okay, 2 anomalies, both with 20% risk. Let's go ahead and do that. Can I... Ah, the ship is already performing this order. Alright, it didn't show as if it was, so I was a little bit confused over that. Construction ship ready with its orders for the time being, that's okay. Let's see, did I get any new territory by colonizing these planets? Not yet, but I do have singularity in my space, problem being that it's got way too heavily. My fleets are awfully bad, by the way, just in case you weren't aware of this. Let's create more mining stations for energy, because again, apparently I actually do need those things, so... That's surprising, but keep in mind, I really don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, let's take a look, take a gander, shall we? Let's leave some room on my home planet so I can grow my pulp. Again, since there's no reason not to do so. How much food do I have? 0, so that wouldn't grow all that well, would it? But I'm pretty sure my spaceport, yeah, it does have some place for hydroponics farms. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that. Other words, let's see, food production is good, you're making things, that's good. This place isn't making any things. Let's make sure that it has some better science income, and I'm gonna actually turn this facility into a physics lab, because it seems like I have little physics in my territory. And I love physics above all other techs, to be honest, because it does speed up other techs as well, indirectly, but still. So I'm gonna focus on physics around this tile, if you don't mind. Okay. Alrighty then, colony established. Seems to be okay. And which one is that? That's the one at Ebrilum. I'm gonna rename this planet off camera next time around, so remind me to do that. Also, alright, I can directly control more planets. That's actually pretty cool, but I'm still gonna need to create a sector after I establish my last planet with the newly created colony ship. I could of course not do that, but there is no reason to. Just having a tiny sector is not a bad thing at all. I'll just put you over here because this base does boost food. I waste 1 mineral, so be it, it's not a very big deal. And I'm gaining energy again, like so. Yeah, there go my energy problems. Like I said, it's not a problem and will not be a problem for a very, very long time. So you just, you definitely need a basic hydroponics farm. You also need a basic hydroponics farm. Both of you are gonna need a spaceport at relatively fast pace. Which planet do I like more? Let's have a quick look, because one of those will go to a sector. It will probably be the beacon of despair. That is gonna be its own sector. So Evelyn is gonna be a planet that I'll take care of for a little bit longer. So I'm gonna make a spaceport over there. Actually, I'm gonna make a spaceport on both planets. The other spaceport will not be very useful for me, I do admit, because it's gonna be in a sector, and planets in a sector usually don't know what to do with spaceports, but at the same time, it will provide a little bit more safety to my central wormhole, which is probably the most important wormhole station in my empire for the time being, so... it's very expensive though, I should use that for other things. I don't need the spaceport over there if I'm gonna make it into a sector. So, alien barracks. Nice, special product maybe you should to study the remains, so I'll probably do that. I haven't seen this quest yet, so that's an interesting one. Let's go ahead and research. So I'm gonna only take like 2 months, not even, so it should be relatively easy. Now, do I have access to destroyers? I'm pretty sure I do. I should also have access to... Oh no, wait, I don't have access to the destroyer assembly labs, but I do have access to destroyers. Have I designed these? No, I have not. I only have the auto design, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So first of all, the name of the ship. The most important thing, of course, is gonna be... let's call it... I'm tempted to go for something generic like a Crusader or whatever, but I feel like we need some more teenage spans around here, so let's go for something dark and mysterious and glorious and whatnot. Let's call it a Shadow. It's not entirely darkness, but it's still created by the essence of light, caused by certain events. So yeah, Shadow is a decent idea. Let's go at Shadow. So as I said, I love to put large weapons on my destroyers. That's how I use them in the future, as a swarm of units that actually all have weapons capable of taking down big ships. They're very good for that purpose, in my honest opinion. So I'm gonna make those, and they're still gonna do okay against smaller ships as well. Don't get me wrong. So anyway, also the range of those things, amazing. Anyway, let's see. So we got a few strategies and tactics. Okay, so this means that we simply got more experience, and the guy has a military fury trait. Okay, that wasn't actually all that amazing, but I'll deal with that. As for the back weapons, I tend to put 2 small ones.
Construction complete.
Just for more versatility. Also, sometimes I put point defense over here when I have access to those, but I don't right now. Okay, I now have access to. Actually, let's put space design for a while, aside for a while, because I have other things to do. Let's have a quick look. Let's get army upkeep reduction, since that's one of the few things that are actually useful that I can do. You're working. Yeah. Tent product. Those are the debris over there. Nothing all that important. Where are you? Here? Oh, right, I did explore some anomalies. Sure. Go ahead and enter the orbit so that I don't have to pay you. Construction ship that is out of orders. I'm gonna give it the orders to create some mines around this part. It's gonna cost a lot of minerals, but it's still gonna be rather useful if you don't mind. Let's have a quick look-see. How are things doing? I think they're doing rather fine, if you ask me. This planet is growing really quickly, and soon enough I should be able to upgrade it. Right now I don't have 5 pops, but I'm about to. Actually, how fast is my... Yeah, I have a ton of food. I'm about to get 5 pops. No problem about that. Let's get back to ship design. So, like I said, I like to have a bit of versatility on destroyers, and also because this playthrough, I mean, it's not gonna be optimal, ideal, or whatever. There are a lot of things that I did not necessarily very well at the start of this game, and oh, that's a cool one. We get to observe a moon explosion. I'm gonna definitely do that. Where is it? Sorry, I keep being distracted from the destroyer matter at hand. Go to... Okay. Research product, and then continue surveying the area. Also, I should have started by surveying this planet, but still, cannot really colonize the Arctic, so it's not a big deal, I suppose. So anyway, back to this matter at hand. So in the future, I'll try to roleplay a little bit and abstain from research that this race I'm playing as would not really appreciate. For example, plasma thrower, it's bright. I don't believe my race will like bright plasma throwers. Now, would it? It hates brightness. It's the root of all evil. So yeah, I will never research those things again, but I already did research them, so I'm gonna use it for the time being, just to try and rescue this current playthrough, as like I said, it's really not going, things are really not going amazingly well at this point, so I'm gonna use it at the time being. As you can see, plasma throwers, they're kinda good, they ignore armor completely, so they are devastating. And as you can see, the average damage, it's only slightly lower than that of a large core gun, and the accuracy is far better. So plasma throwers, really good. My race hate using those, but I got them already due to me not role-playing last time, or not role-playing enough, so I'll roleplay from now on, but those ships will have plasma throwers. As soon as I get some other weapon that is not as bright, I'm gonna switch to it. Alrighty, now let's auto-complete ship, see what suggestions this engine has. What if I put armor on over here and some extra... Like, can I do something like this? No, I see, so I am missing out. Okay, I'm missing out on energy. So let's auto-complete ship. It has 15% armor, which is still rubbish, but then again, it's a small unit. So let's go ahead and save that, nice and easy. I'm not gonna make destroyers just yet, because I want to make them efficiently as soon as I get access to the destroyer assembly yards, which are going to make things considerably cheaper. Okay, this planet actually has negative energy output, which is rare in my empire. Doesn't really matter, but it is a rare occurrence, so I just thought I would mention that. And since this planet is gonna focus on minerals, I'm gonna leave the space empty, I think, for a mineral processing plant. Then again, I could also make it over here, so I don't think it's necessarily very important. Instead, what I'm gonna do is just make a mining network for the time being. Yes, I will ignore the lack of the destruction of energy tower. Thank you very much, dear game. Meanwhile, over here, I'm gonna need, not really need, but I'm gonna make myself a... Oh, I have a mineral processing plant. Ho 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 ho. In that case, council, yes, I'll lack a mineral processing plant, unless I already made it. Science, wait a second, basic science, yeah. Okay, mineral processing plant. I must have a mineral processing plant in here. Yes, I do. Okay, then. In that case, no questions asked. Mining network, yes. Over here, I still don't have the power hub, now that I realize it. So I'm not gonna make it. But what I can do is create yet another power plant. Go away. Like so. Put a pop in there as soon as it spawns. Actually, let's put this pop in there as soon as it spawns. And we recorded a collision between giant things. We got a lot of physics research, which is always nice and useful. It's gonna speed our technology, as you might imagine. This planet is still growing, right? Yes, I still don't have planetary administration. It's underway. It's in works. Colony established. Now I have... Actually, now I am at the maximum amount of planets I can have. Wow, that's really absolutely amazing. Let me drink to celebrate that. Sorry, that was the rest of my entire drink. Because I was really thirsty again for some reason. So you are gonna have to be a hydroponics fandos to support this tiny, worthless planet. I will not give you a spaceport, but I will give this planet a spaceport, since apparently I don't actually need to have any sectors, and I'll leave it at that. You're gonna need a basic hydroponics farm. Orbital, that is, not basic. And you are gonna need to have a bigger spaceport, except I'm lacking in minerals, and also I don't yet have the technology for it. Yes, I should start slowly saving minerals. It's not a very important thing to save them right now, but I should try to think about it. Alrighty then. Construction ships working on mines, that is good. Any planets I can take over and actually build stuff on at this point in time? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it seems like I've made everything I can. So where are the construction ships? One is over there. One is over here. Let's have a move to this planet for the time being. Enter orbit. Now I'm really worried about those guys, because if they do attack me, they should be able to crush me. They don't hate me enough to do this yet. They're just wary of me, but I should definitely keep things in check. I really need to have the technology to actually make destroy production cheaper and more efficient. So anyway, wormhole range increased. That's absolutely amazing, as well as wormhole generation rate. This is amazing tech. I'm really happy to get that. Calling the development speed. Well, I wish I had that sooner, but well, it's too late now. So I suppose I will skip this thing for the time being. Basic combat rules. It is actually a very useful piece of technology. It's also fairly cheap. Plasma accelerator. These are blue ones. These are not as bright. I will need to think if doing this kind of tech will actually be pushing the role-playing aspect too much. Then again, if I omit things that are this kind of bright, then I'll have to omit everything except for coal guns, which is going to be relatively boring, I suppose. So you know what, I'm gonna allow myself to continue with the plasma, because this plasma is at least a little bit darker in shade, but I will not get it right now either. Anyway, I'm gonna go for basic combat roads. It's cheaper and it's useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this thing right now.
Complete.
So I'm finishing the construction in a lot of planets, on a lot of planets I want to say. Let's improve this mining network real quick to give myself more minerals, of course, as you might expect, getting more energy here. Holy balls, I have so much energy income. I should trade with an AI now that I think about it. I definitely should do something of the sort. And I will. Just give me a second, I want to check if any of my plants need actually something. Well, they do now that I think about it. They will need to have some governors. So let's have a quick look at how many governors I can manage. I can manage extra 2, which is good. Let's see, Slaver. Extra experience gain, I'm gonna get that guy, nice and easy. Which planet was it? It was the best planet out of the new ones, and then this planet is also gonna get its own governor. This time a cheap one. I like the idea of a cheap governor, since I'm trying to make an outpost as well, so let's get him assigned, nice and easy done. Elections are coming. I'm sorry I wasn't able to fulfill your promise to the electorate, but it was an impossible promise, buddy, anyway, because we don't have enough science in our borders to actually fulfill it. So, too bad, buddy. We tried, we failed, it happens. You will not be elected again. You're old anyway. How old are you? He's no, well, actually, he's not very old, but he could take a break at this point. I mean, he's actually still perfectly fine, especially since we are in space age or whatever. I'm sure he can live forever. So, either way, let him rest. Let him, I don't know, pray to the Dark Ones, extinguish some fires for fun. He would probably have to set something on fire to extinguish it first, but still. Do whatever you want to when you're old and you're a fanatic. I don't really care. Either way, I wish I could attack some more baddies, but my fleets are nowhere near good enough, and I still don't want to create bigger fleets because I don't need to. Actually, let's have a quick look at the alien vessels orbit. That would take a long time. Let's enter orbit, like so. Let's have my dark blades, have a quick look at the alien vessels, but with a fleet stance that is a passive one. I don't remember what was in there or how strong it was, so I wanna know. It's gonna be useful knowledge. Where are the destroyers? Still not here. Let's speed it up a little bit. Okay then. Anything else? Yes, I was supposed to trade. I was gonna slow it down again. He's still the elected leader. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I know it was unfulfilled. Sorry. So he's been re-elected. What are the current? Still orbital research mandate? Seriously, dude, you need to learn. We cannot do that. Let's find an alien that doesn't hate us. He's Cordia, it's plus 70. He is Cordia at plus 98. Let's trade with them. Do they like trading? 90%. That's pretty good. How about you? Also trade with you? 100%. Yes, I do want to trade with you. So I'm gonna give you a bajillion energy credits, and I want a bajillion minerals from you in return. How many can I hold? A lot more than yeah. So these guys don't care about energy or that much, or at all, in fact. So what if I give you a monthly transfer? They don't care. They have so much energy, they really could care less. How about you, dear Sass? Do you want energy? No, they don't. How about you? I don't really even know you, but it seems like you would accept a good deal when you see one, right? Oh yeah, they would. They definitely would. Let's have a quick look at how much minerals I can get out of them. A very nice amount. Alright, let's get as much as I can and still have them like me for the deal. So, like so. Oh, a lot of transmissions. I'll check that in a second. Still... Yeah, sure, let's stretch down. Holy balls, I can see everything. Alright, this is actually pretty good. This allows me to see which areas are definitely occupied by a fallen empire and which ones are probably not. Of a trade deal, they accepted. That's very nice. Okay then. So, Dark Blades. What are the baddies over here? They're not very strong. They're like crystalline entities or whatever. I can kill them. Not with the force I have on my hands right now, but I will be able to kill them later on with relative ease. I don't want to throw my force at them one at a time because it would lose me some corvettes, and as worthless as they might be, those are still corvettes I'd like to keep if at all possible. So, you know the deal, I'm sure. Okay, I cannot get any more heroes unless I fire one of my... fire one of my scientists, which seems like a nasty thing to do. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that evil. They are glorious. They work for the Dark Ones, so obviously I'm gonna support them in every way I can. Now let's actually instead... Yeah, I can expand this thing. I will never be able to get this planetary administration. I mean, frontier outposts over here. Anyway, I mean, I will at some point, but not in the near future. Doesn't look like it. So let's instead focus on expanding on the plans that I currently have. Let's expand my spaceports as well in some areas, like for example the frontier system. It's gonna need a bigger spaceport, I'm sure. And let's have a third spaceport that is actually capable of doing some decent things. So Nagrim, where is Nagrim again? At the Usurper over here. I had one's big bro is too far away for the action, but Usurper is nice in the middle. It doesn't have its own wormhole though, and I probably want to only have productive spaceports in systems that do have wormholes. So I think around the Beacon of Despair is much better to have a spaceport that is actually dedicated to making ships. So I'm gonna go ahead and do just that, and I'm gonna queue it up right away so that I remember that this was the place where I wanted to actually make destroyers. Because from those three places, Hated One, Beacon of Despair, and Infinite Grid, I should be able to get to any system quickly and make a fleet that is also capable to reinforce ships in a wide range of areas. Okay, and can I please get... Alright, just 3 more months until assembly yards. I'm gonna speed the gain time a little bit because things are progressing a bit too slowly, if you ask me. Construction ship doesn't have anything to do. Okay, so let's have a quick look, see. I do think I can... Oh, there's a guy wall over there. I could try to... I can actually get there right now. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go ahead and make my construction ship create a wormhole station right around this part. And also have my science ship survey the system. Nice and easy. And by jumping over there, I will be able to explore around this area. And these systems, at the very least, have not been claimed by the Fallen Empire. Otherwise, we would see a bit of a question mark next to some of the systems that support life. And this guy would, I mean, it does look tempting, I was supposed to say. Which is fairly important. Right, 2 research done, which is nice. First of all, let's... monthly influence increase, that's lovely, I love this thing, so let's go, definitely go for that. Also planetary capital, very powerful and useful structure, I'm definitely gonna make those ones in the future. Meanwhile, I finished my destroyer assembly yards. Now I can go for cruisers, but I think I would rather go for better railgun at this point, because it's dark and whatnot. Yeah, let's go for a bigger railgun, I like this idea. So, now that I can do destroyers, let's make sure that I cannot upgrade them in any way, shape or form. Nope, they are as good as they can be. So let's go ahead and make... first of all, you do, sir. You need to be a bigger space station. And as for the other space stations, let's see. The Usurper was not the place where I wanted things to be made, but the Infinite Grid definitely was. So I cannot create destroyer assembly yards yet. I need to increase the level of you, which I'll do. And let's keep it to those 3 stations for the time being. They will be my main places where I will make Navy, like I said. Construction finished over here. Okay, now this is a full-fledged colony. That's absolutely amazing. I can make those structures actually useful and worthwhile. So let's start by making sure that these are good for minerals production. So let's go ahead and create a mineral processing plant first, since I am planning to make a lot of minerals around here. Yes, I can waste 1 food. I'm entirely okay with that. And after this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and create a simple mineral mining network in here as well. This should boost me quite nicely. I'm gonna start I cannot start any edict at this point in time, unfortunately. Construction ship ready. I don't think it has... Oh yeah, it created another gravity well around this area. Well, it doesn't have much else to do for the time being, so I'm gonna move it back to, let's say, the Beacon of Despair. Have it enter orbit. And I could use my dark plates to explore, but I do have a science ship that is doing nothing whatsoever. So let's just send my science ship around this place, just to move. Make sure that these systems... I'm too scared to explore those areas. I'm not gonna go in there. I don't care what is in there. I don't want to know, for all intents purposes. So it's gonna happen like so. And you do, sir, as soon as you're done, please go ahead and go to the Gaia system. That's the Gaia world, yes it is. Survey it, and then survey... Going a lot. And then survey the entire system after you make a weird loophole. That's not really a loophole, that's just a loop. But whatever. Okay, one of the scientists died, but I have plenty to replace him with. So let's get this guy. Oh no, I'm actually using both scientists for a change. I don't need to have them both at all times though. Let's be entirely honest. This guy is... let's see. This guy is a better anomaly, so even though he's got a military fury, I'm gonna have this guy assigned to proper research. Which makes one of my science ships, I'm pretty sure, useless, right? Yeah, but it was supposed to explore systems anyway. And in here we've got space amoeba. They're not really hostile, so I should be able to survey this planet, but then I'll survey this planet as well, and I'll probably... Oh, this has Tundra World as well, so then I'll definitely explore Tundra World. So quickly, which one is it? That's this one, right? Yes. So then I'll survey this and the rest of the system. It's a very small system, but it has 3 colonizable planets, which is kind of crazy. These amoebas are not trying to kill me, right? No, they're just sitting there. They are hostile-ish, but not very hostile. What's this Gaia World? It is Asteroid Belt. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, if this isn't a holy world, then actually... I don't think it is, because it has a generic name. Oh, I'm so grabbing this. I'm definitely grabbing this. So let's go ahead and go into my capital. Let's make a colony ship right away. I know it costs a lot. I could care less. It's gonna be a very, very powerful and useful system to me. So let's do that. Science ship, what are you? Oh yeah, you no longer have a scientist, so I can disband you nice and easy. You're not useful to me anymore. How the destroyer thingies? Destroyer shipyards are ready, so because of the spare, it has... Actually, this place doesn't need to create the colony ship. The user can. Both pops will be exactly the same. The user, the hailing one, however, will be busy with making destroyer assembly labs. Same goes with infinite greed. And also the beacon of despair. Nice and easy. And then I will just make as many destroyers as I can. This research complete, basic combat rules. Now this is going to make my destroyers a lot better. I can get access to research, which is gonna be nice, but shields are also very nice. Also survey speed and subspace sensors. That's also good. Lithic gas refinery. So extra shield point. Well, I don't even have shields yet. Let's get shields. I need them. So there's gonna be that. Let's upgrade my destroyers a little bit with aggressive combat computer and save the changes, nice and easy. And I'm gonna do the same to the corvettes. Yes, I know I'm not gonna really be using those anymore, but still, might as well upgrade them in case I want to retrofit my fleet, which I could do for relatively easy. It does cost some things, and I need those minerals to actually make a lot of destroyers, so I'll hold on with that. This standard ward over there. Now, I kind of want to expand to there as well. The one problem I have is that I might accidentally find out that I'm within a Fallen Empire's borders if I do that. What scares me is that those guys didn't provide me with chats beyond this area, so I'm really scared that there might be a Fallen Empire there. This planet is too good to ignore. And there is actually a tundra in there as well. Oh, okay then. In that case, I'll just create a second colony ship anyway. But I don't think I really want to colonize this. I might because I'm greedy. Not spaceport colony. I think this is getting into a territory I would rather not explore. Truly, I will think. Like I said, okay. I'm so worried. I'm so worried I'm gonna be kicked out of two of my planets. Still, I'm getting a good amount of planets now, so I should be relatively good to go. Regardless, even if I do get kicked out, but I would rather not, if you understand, so yeah. Just saying. Okay, is there anything else I need to take care of? Well, maybe, but I think this video has been long enough for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Now, please do let me know, are you actually interested in me continuing this series? Or should I just drop it and finish it off camera or whatever? Because if there's no need for me to post those videos, then I will not. I do it for fun and for myself, but I also like to be noticed and whatnot. And I know for a fact some other series I could do, like Endless Legend or Few First Months Guide for this game. They are gonna get a lot more attention than this series probably will. So if there are some people who still want to see the series to its conclusion, sure, I will do it. But if there are very, very, very few of them, and I expect this might be the case, then I will not bother because I think it's pointless to make a series that nobody watches. But maybe I'll do it anyway. It depends. I would like to see how many of you actually care at all about this series, alright? So give me your feedback. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you online.